every massacre we suffered. The Nekba, Sabra, Shatila, and Rafa. My people have died a million times in the struggle, so they rise from the tide like a rose through the rubble. I see God himself in the eye of a refugee who'd rather die a martyr than live a life on the sea. So if I'm not allowed to say from the river to the sea, then from the Rhine to the sea, Palestine will be free. Still they know they can't shake us. $1 billion sword to the neck. Death cannot break us. And every Palestinian refugee holds a key. One day we will return, no matter how long it takes. In our lifetime we will be free. One day when the light shines, we will be free. In our lifetime we will be free. And they can bury us, but they will find out we are seed for. I'm grateful to be alive. You appreciate life when you survive a genocide. Look in my eyes and tell me what you see. Ran out of tears to cry right till Palestine is free. Got a problem with a system that doesn't want us existing. Turn the city to a prison that's missing living conditions. My mom's calling, she's telling me she kinda scared. I hear the bombs falling, I smell of death up in the air. My uncle lost his children, I lost my cousins. His tears watered the grave to let him know we still love them. Our schools turn to shelters for the rich and poor. I just pray for peace when I speak, I don't wish for war. Bodies laying out, ain't nothing to play about. I give my people hope, cause I'm the first who made it out. I'm just walking the path, this is God's plan. Building up my dreams with the rubble I touch with my hands. لو دفنونا نرجع نسير. We done woke up the world now. We know who you serve at the White House. The kids and guys are my bow right now. I'ma ride for your life like you are my child. Long live the resistance if there's something to resist. And enough of you motherfuckers murdering little kids. PC for a minute, I was trying to be a bridge, but y'all never be freedom. I plead them with Zionists. World screaming free Palestine. We see the manual, we know how you colonize. You'd be surprised by how many fucks you actually really don't give when you take away the power of the almighty $. Fuck the Lord. We boycott the stores. Capitalism killing us, that's something we can't afford. They want us to hate each other in the interest of war. Afraid of the mosque, get afraid of like the menorah. Hey Kamala, I don't know if you listening, but stop sending money and weapons or you ain't winning Michigan. We uncommitted and how long we ain't switching positions because the whole world turned Palestinian. I see the murdered children in Gaza and I see my babies. Life being stripped from the bombs we're making. When will Congress decide a Palestinian's life is just as precious as an Israeli's? We don't own the earth, don't own the earth. We're killing each other over some lines in the dirt. We bleed the same blood, feel the same hurt. Palestinian life doesn't have the same worth. What happened to us? What happened to us? Now I grew up down an old dirt road in a town you wouldn't know. My pop put the place up for $1,500 back in 1964. Grandfather was a drinker back in the day, put him down. But a war's no that's not me. I rarely drink from the bottle, but I'll smoke a little weed. I still live in the sticks where you wouldn't go. In the town of 1200 off an old dirt road, and the country boy is all I'll ever be. Now it's been 12 years since I sold my soul to the devil in LA. He said, sign your name here on the dotted line, and your songs they all play. I set up shop on Sunset, he put me up at the marquee. He said, you wanna sell 1,000,000 records, boy, better listen to me. He said, change your style, widen your smile, you could lose a couple pounds. And if you wanna live this life, you better lose that wife. Do you need your friends around? I said, no, that's not me. 'Cause the biggest things in life are your friends and family. And I like my jeans and my old t-shirts, and a couple extra pounds never really hurt.
To the ancestors known and unknown, Ashe. To the gods known and unknown, Ashe. All the praise, all the glory be to the Most High. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite cosmic warrior, back at you with another galactic transmission. Let's get a prayer in, and then let's see what the Wheel of Fortune has in store for you. Spirit, thank you for coming through. Thank you for guiding and protecting this message. Thank you for removing any negative energy from the area. Thank you for allowing this to get to any and everyone it's intended to. And so it is.
Two flags fly above my land and really sum up how I feel. One is the colors that fly high and proud, the red, the white, the blue. The other one's got a rattlesnake with a simple statement made. Don't tread on me is what it says, and I'll take that to my grave. Because this is me. I'm proud to be American and strong in my belief. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again, 'cause I've never needed government to hold my hand. And I've said it before, but I'll say it again, 'cause my family's always fought and died to save this land.
You know, I'll say it before and I'll say it again. I'm sure this is not the first time this lifetime, but it's not the first time I'm going to say this. It's, you know, you don't need anyone to hold your hand to communicate with the Most High. Not one single soul, except for your own. You know, and that's what, you know, the systems, that's what the systems are now. Is, you know, it separated you from your personal connection with the Most High and taught you that you need someone else. You need something else. That you're lacking something. Biggest misconception. And then they sell it back to you. They sell you back what's already yours. Oh my God, what a joke. What a joke. What a joke. You know, bits and pieces of truth. You know, but it's our job. It's our job to use our discernment. It's our job to use our intuition. And to decipher the truth from false. You know, and balance and harmony. How do we find that? By trusting energy. Energy doesn't lie. The lessons that we learned, those don't lie. You know, but manifesting whatever you want, it's, you know, people will set their intention, you know, for give me a happier life. You know, when there's just a lot of chaos and mayhem going on in your life, right? That's a prayer, right? That's what you ask for the Most High for. And the Most High gives you peace. Brings you in balance and harmony. You know, but sometimes that's not enough. You know, it's like, you know, we undervalue the things that truly matter. It's like not being in chaos, that's priceless. You know, but it's, you know, comparison. We're always comparing ourselves to other people. You know, what other people have. You know, is comparing our gardens to other people's. Is the grass greener over there? Oh, are you watering your own? If you're not watering your own garden, of course it's gonna fucking wither. Of course it's gonna fucking die. Of course it's gonna look better over there, but it's not your fucking garden. So why are you focusing on it? So just focus on your own garden. Water your own fucking garden. Watering our own gardens. Forming new thought patterns. And staying focused on those. You know, the Matrix is gonna want you to resort back. It's gonna do everything to throw you off of balance. You know, it's gonna be chaotic. But that's when we find the calm in the storm. That's why we go inward. We don't pay attention. We're aware of what's going on around us, but we're not engulfed by it. We are the storm. How the fuck can that storm engulf us? We are the fucking storm. You know, we're all the storm, but we're also self-imprisoned. Well, you free your mind and you free your soul. You know, they can't defeat your spirit, and so they have to trap you in your mind. And they did a great job at it. But where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. You should just call me Will. Just call me Will. The way that, you know, it's attempted. It's the things that, it's the programming that we know is harmful, and we try to get rid of it. But we have a hard time sticking to it because the Matrix is gonna make it seem so much easier. It's gonna make it seem like the right thing to do is to resort back to that programming, instead of going 10 toes down against it. And you know, that's why it's attempted, because we're not able to finally get over these certain things that are holding us back. There's still more parts that we need to learn. You know, it's repeating lessons. Repeating lessons. Well, the health concern is failing to attempt to try to do things differently. You know, because then you're not going to have a different outcome. How could you possibly have a different outcome if you're doing everything the same? It's not going to. It's not going to. You look at over show. It's like constantly checking. But it's like, you know, when you're watching your clock, it's the more you look at it, the more it's just time seems to freeze and stop. But it's second guessing ourselves. It's second guessing our intuition. It's the Matrix wanting you to resort back to the false programming. Second guessing yourself. You know, trying to think, I've been on this road for too long. I had to have missed an exit. What if you just have to hold on a little longer? What if that's what you were missing? It's second guessing ourselves. Second guessing ourselves. You know, and a state paid vacation, it's we're almost there. We're almost free. We broke out. We're almost free. And then we turn around and we go right back, shut the cell door on ourselves. It's so close. We're so close. You know, but we don't stop planting seeds. We don't stop planting. We don't stop watering our garden. We don't stop, you know, plotting new ways, new plans. You know, we take note of what works. We take note of what doesn't work. Take note of what works and what doesn't work. That it helps to bring things to the surface that might not have been aware of to us. But that's why we reflect. So that stuff comes to the surface. If we never take the time to reflect, how could we ever possibly think that we're going to find what we're missing? We're passing through it. We're going too quick. And when you try to go too quick, you skip steps. And you miss parts of the lesson. And then you fail the test. And then you repeat. But there's always next season. But I try to get it right this season. There's always next season, but I try to get it right this one. I want to get it right this one. But it's okay if I don't. There's always next one. Damn, I'm going to fucking try hard to get it right this one.
Blinded from the start, know that you're that one for me. It's clear for everyone to see. Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
You gotta rock your way to this one. Oh, come on.
See, I don't know about y'all, but I know about us. And
It's the only way we know how to rock.
I don't know about y'all, but I know about us. And
It's the only way we know how to rock. Do you remember, girl, I was the one who gave you your first kiss? Cause I remember, girl, I was the one who said, put your lips like this. Even before all the fame and people screaming your name. Girl, I was there, and you were my baby. It started when we were younger, you were mine. There were nothing from the taking over, but it's still your right. Even though we used to argue, it's alright, girl. I know we haven't seen each other in a while, but you will always be my
You know, it's given Karma Cousin looking over the shoulder, health concern, tempted red rum, but it's faith around to find out. It's also given that they violated spiritual law, they violated universal law, but it's given that they were warned. They were given warning and they refused to listen to it. But state pay vacation, prison. It's the betrayal of the free spirit in the sense of trying to attach something to you, trying to dictate your actions, trying to play God in your life, take away your free will. That's a universal violation. That's a spiritual violation. Dharma, upside down. That's the karma that they're receiving. Faith around to find out. But it's. Some of the things that we can manifest, we manifest peace. And how could we get that? Sometimes it could be, sometimes someone is sending us, spiritual attacks. And they are, chaos or whatever it is that they're doing, right? And, we just focus on ourselves. Not that we necessarily, send anything back at people, even when we know that it's them doing things to us. We ask for peace. We give thanks for the peace that's already given to us, even though we don't really feel it, but we know it's coming, right? Speak it into existence. We give thanks for it, but we don't hold on to the knowings of need to know of where and the hows. And all we need to know is just we follow through with the actions that we're being led to do. Removing ourselves from the unloyal people. But it's also it's becoming aware to us how we're unloyal to ourselves, how we're unloyal to ourselves, to our higher self. But being taken off a course. You can be led off a course. But energetically, you're going to know. It's not going to feel right. It's not going to sit right. It's going to feel off. But that's when it's your job to use your intuition, to use your discernment, and to know the difference. Sometimes we head down a road because we don't know. We feel led there for some reason. Maybe it's just because you need to learn a quick lesson. Dip your toes in and, oh, nope, this is not it. I'm out. Sometimes it's as simple as that, but we don't know if we don't follow through. We never know if we don't follow through.
So when I give it to her, I know that she ain't telling. See, I'm a go-getter, and she a go-getter. You already know she is. Sexy, can I send for you red eye? Fresh out the pool, no towel, let it air dry. And if you ain't fucking tonight, then you can watch that tour bus go by. Sexy, can I just pardon my manners? Girl, how you shake it, got a nigga like Kodak, go and get my camera. All I wanna know is sexy, hit it from the front and I hit it from the back. Know you like it like that. Then we take it to the bed, then we take it to the floor. Then we chill for a second, then we look at it some more. Sexy, can I just pardon my manners? Girl, how you shake it, got a nigga like it's a Kodak moment, then you go and get my camera. All I wanna know is wanna have some fun. You know I wanna have some too.
Court system, see you're married. Well, it's being able to see the health concern of the betrayal. How it was a threat to finding balance. It was your threat to internal harmony. And once you're aware of it, then we're able to take steps towards it. The court system, we're able to call judgment, and sometimes, but it's the judgment. We see the contract, it no longer serves me. Yay, sometimes we don't recognize what the lesson was yet. All we know is this contract's over. And then it's in the reflection later on that it becomes obvious to us. But when we energetically know, hey, this contract it's over. We know when it's over. We know when it's over, but it's also, we know when there's more to it. But sometimes we still have to pull back and reflect and analyze everything, decipher everything. But it's looking over your shoulders, new patterns. It's checking and making sure that you're still making actions towards that you're still in alignment with balance and harmony. You're still at either the same place or slightly closer. You're not getting farther away. You're not feeling more disruptive. You're not feeling more out of alignment. If you're feeling more of that, then you're not heading in the right direction. You're missing something. Missing something. Jezebel's spirit. Missing the attachment. But the court system, it's contracts that complete. It's also given, it's already been, judgment's already been made. Or it's in the system right now. And it always happens in the spirit realm before it comes into fruition down here. Always.
Just like last night.
throwing up the hallelujah to the man upstairs. It's trying to fix it. But showing up still looking like last night, it's... No, but what I'm getting at is they're not changing their actions. They're not forming new patterns. It's giving sorry, not sorry. It's your actions, your words say one thing. You say I'm sorry, but then you turn around and do the same fucking thing. How sorry are you? Well, not that sorry, apparently. Sorry it doesn't work. Sorry you suck at being bad. Suck at being bad. Suck at loyalty. Suck at being loyal. Just sucks to suck. Sucks to suck at sucking. Well, you gotta be good at something, huh? They're just good about being bad about everything. Except for being bad. They're supposed to be good about being bad, and they're not even good at that. Sucks to suck.
Looks like the past been new. New days are gone, and I can't move on. All it's easy to do. Looks like the past been new. Looks like the past been new. Gave you all my love, all my time, all my money. It wasn't enough. I'm still smiling. I would get better, change it better. You're gonna miss me like how I miss you right now. You got my love, you told me I heard you from somebody new. Looks like the past been new.
You know, heard you found somebody new. Heard you found somebody new. You did. It's a new version of yourself. It's a higher version of yourself. It's a better version of yourself. You know, it's a version that continues to make healthier choices for yourself. And not only just when you understand it. It's when you understand the energy, what you're being led to do. The versions of yourself you're being led to get rid of. It's all the program that no longer serves you. You know, it's the surprise visit too. It's the way that you surprise yourself. You know, it's the way that sometimes you amaze yourself with how you're still able to find balance and harmony. How it's just your ability not to let things bother you. But it's the understanding that you have control over that. It doesn't make it easier. It doesn't make it funner to make those decisions. But it is nice to be able to look back and be like, shit, I like this. I like this version of me. I like this version of me.
Music I trust. Some men are man again, see the clap attack again. When we take over the dance hall, yeah. We must up a lot of them, lyrically kill the them, leave the whole of them cry. Downtown, the day I downtown, run the things man around them.
Hey, thank you, Kelly.
Down in the jungle, some boy no busy. Bad mind calling, but tell them say you're busy. Come on, come here, come fi tell them the story. You know me family, I gotta get back. Yeah man, me need a call, bring me more than the block. Green, that's money can't get enough. See we bubble up the dream, the way I sit down and laugh. Good life with a good vibe, so everybody gonna keep riding. The more we listen on the drink, back this, the more we check love, so the more we can feel it. Downtown, we lay downtown.
what's just going through my mind? It was a watching online card, right? It was the drama queens watching online, but then I saw the surprise visit. You know what I was seeing? I was seeing like someone like on a computer screen, and then turning around and then someone's watching them. Like, oh shit! Like I didn't know someone was behind me. It's like you were looking at something that you weren't supposed to be looking at. That's what I was watching, and then that's what I was seeing, and then this came out. Crimes against humanity. It's the watching over the shoulders, surprise visit. Someone. Maybe they were trying to cover up their tracks. It's prison. It falls under prison too. Crimes against humanity, prison. Could be spiritual prison. Touch not my anointed. Do my prophets no harm. Abomination peeked its face multiple times. A surprise visit, looking over your shoulders. It's something from the past. Something from the past. That lines right up with the mechanic too. Trying to fix something. Loyalty. Crimes against humanity, you know, the karmic friends, it's given group. They are looking over their shoulders, plural. Future mother-in-law, step-parents, karma, court system. This too shall pass. Attempted red rum.
Gonna be the death of me, my saving grace. It's got me thinking that her leaving is the only logical reason.
It's like they thought that leaving was gonna be the end of you. It's given the energy of didn't think you would be able to do it alone. Didn't think you could do it alone. But it's finding your own power. It's finding your own strength. Finding your own power, finding your own strength. You know, protected by your ancestors. They were trying to take your spiritual inheritances. They were trying to take your spiritual inheritance, but they weren't able to. The curiosity is given. They've done it before and been successful, but they weren't able to. And so that's when, hence the curiosity. You know, curiosity killed the cat. It also killed the wizard, is what it's given. Faith around to find out. Crimes against humanity. Do my prophets no harm. Abomination. Court system.
She was wrong. And I was calling every 5 on the radio station 104.83 Night Beach Vacation. Couldn't see Senorita fishing down in Panama. And now you gotta see my
It's given trying to get away. It could be trying to get away spiritually from trying to clone you. You know, talking in the group chat, they're talking about their crimes. They're talking about the crimes. They're talking about the decisions that they're married to. Talking about how to fix it, how to keep them out of prison, whether it be spiritual or in their physical. But whole lot of drama.
You still, you can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Hey, let me see you do it. Hey, hey, snap your fingers. You still, you can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Hey, let me see you do it. Hey.
They're frozen. They're frozen. They're stuck. They're stuck with their crimes against humanity. They're stuck with them. They're stuck with them. It's new thought patterns. It's everything they're doing isn't, nothing's coming to fruition. Nothing's growing. It's every plan that they have to try to keep themselves out of trouble. It doesn't work. It's back to the drawing board, but they're running out of ideas.
Go, don't know how the hell I'm getting home. Hey, snap your fingers. You still, you can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Hey, let me see you do it. Hey, hey, snap your fingers. You still, you can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Hey, let me see you do it.
They're watching you do it all by yourself. They're watching you do it all by yourself. It's your ability to take whatever it's given, like scraps. You're given scraps. Call it for what it is. You're given scraps. But guess what? You're making a 5-course meal out of it. It's not what you have. It's what you know how to do with it. You know, it's the understanding that you always have exactly what you need to make it to the next steps. Always. Are you aware of what you have around you to use? Are you aware of the lessons that you've learned, the tools that you have in your tool belt? Are you aware of these things? Because when you are, fine dining. You know, leaving with a full stomach, but it's sleeping like a baby at night. You know, doesn't matter if there's a storm. You know, I did what I put out the fires I could today, and unfortunately there's more tomorrow, but guess what? I got this too. It's following your guidance. It's knowing who you're guided by. And when you know who you're guided by, you're a little more confident. Especially when you trust it and it works. When you're leaning not on your own understanding.
From my Glock, reppin' my block, straight from the dick. When you snap your fingers, shout it, gotta jerk your neck. Smoking on the best, we don't with that mess. I bet you can't do it like.
Smoking on the best. We don't. That's all you mess with. Smoking with the best. You know what that's given? It's given. Well, it's given like OG strains. You know what I mean? It's not. It's OG. It's the inner work it's as old as time. It's as old as time. It hasn't changed. The only thing that changed is us becoming less aware of it. The only thing that changed is us being more and more disconnected from the Most High. That's all that fucking changed. The work never changed. It just fell under more and more illusions. More and more spells were casted upon the masses. Now, those are recipes they've been cooking up for a long time. But you know what? They're shitty fucking cooks. They're shitty cooks. Nothing compares to the Most High. Doesn't matter how many veils that you seed, how many you mix up in the fucking pot. Don't matter. Doesn't touch the Most High. Can't. No, nowhere. Nowhere. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. People seeking attention. You know, it's people thinking that they're above the Most High. Huge fucking mistake. Oh, well, that's a story as old as time. It's a story as old as time. The battles have been fighting. You know, the wars, some of the wars, they never ended. It's just we think they did. We think they did. They become underground. hidden. It's in right in front of our faces. Spiritual warfare every single day, yet the masses are unaware, oblivious, unprotected. Those are the facts.
Remember the text, how you said that you good, that you never leave, we will fight to the stool. But as it went on, I was fighting for you. Since the text turned green, why the fuck it ain't blue? Guess you better not get it. Said you stayed, you wanted my name and you left, so I'm guessing that you never meant it. Said you tried, hold on, cause the love was so strong, now I'm feeling alone in this kitchen. Singing sad songs, but I'm knowing that this shit don't last long. If you leaving, then leave cause your bag's gone. But just know you can never come back home.
Don't let me down easy. If you gonna leave me, baby, go and leave me all the way. Don't ask for all your things back, cussing out my name, yeah. Just keep going, take back what you say. Burn all the bridges, don't ask forgiveness. Walk away like I'm someone you hate. Don't let me down easy. If you gonna leave me, baby.
You know, but what it's given is, you know what? It's recognizing when enough is enough. It's recognizing when you're enabling. It's recognizing the difference. It's using your intuition and discernment to know the difference between the people that don't want to help themselves. And you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. Impossible. A waste of your time, waste of your energy. It's a waste of your time, a waste of your energy. It's the understanding of, you know, the difficult decisions that need to be made, cut off those close to us, those we consider close to us, the way we need to cut them off, whether it be for a season, whether it be permanently. But sometimes it's just so we can align and we can reevaluate. Sometimes we have to step away to properly reevaluate, to boss the fuck up, to finally complete the shadow work that we're missing, because sometimes it's just too distracting. Sometimes they are the part of the problem. Still wants a friendship, energy harvesting, Jezebel's spirit, sex magic, inspiring them to be better. But it's the breadcrumbing. It's the breadcrumbing. It's the energy harvesting. You're attached to my energy. You miss my energy, not me. Miss my energy, not me. You know, but it's sometimes it's blatantly obvious to us when we cut the right people off. The way that, hey, well, would you look at that? I removed you like I was led to do, like my intuition, my discernment told me to do, and look at that. I bossed the fuck up. Shit got smoother for me. Who would have thunk? You know, action, intention. Those are the words of the universe. That's the language. Yes, verbal, but not as much. Words are newer, you know, in the grand scheme of things. It's, hey, thank you. It's energy. It's intention. It's action. But it's energy, you know, but it's harvesting it, right? It's the plants that we sow, the crops that we sow, the seeds, you know, it's, what do we have to harvest? What do we have to harvest? What seeds are we sowing? What type of water are we using? Are we using any fertilizers? Are we doing anything different? You know, it's also the way that we learn to combine You know what I mean? We learn what pairs well with others. We learn what works with others, what we can grow with others, what we can't, what's going to suffocate other things. And you know, sometimes we have to outweigh what's more important to us, what more aligns with where we're trying to go. Not with where we're at right now, but where we're trying to go, because we're always setting ourselves up for the future. We're always thinking ahead. And we got to store our energy up for ourselves, for the future, for the higher version of ourselves that we're stepping into.
You swing 'em, it hurts when it hits, and the truth can be a bitch. But if the boot fits, I got an idea. You should get a tattoo that says warning. That's all, just a warning, so the potential victim can take a left and safe breath and avoid you sober and upset in the morning. I want to scream, fuck you, Lucy. But the problem is I love you, Lucy. So instead, I'ma finish my drink and have another while you think about how you used to be my lover.
You know, well, you know what that's given is. I'm gonna have a drink. They're still sitting there. They're still sitting there trying to fix their one mindset. It's like, but you keep evolving. You keep changing. You keep pinpointing more and more activities, more and more mentalities, more and more programs that no longer serve you. And as soon as it comes up, you're like, oh, there it is. Now I'm aware of it. Get it the fuck out of there. But it's like people are stuck. They're stuck. It's the way that they keep getting stuck on the repeat patterns, but they're not doing much to change it. It's, hey, they want the change only because they don't really enjoy the outcome. Yet they don't want to do what they have to do. You know, people get addicted to toxicity. You know, betrayal, service industry worker. It's the tempted red rum, service industry worker. That's my light work. This is my light worker card. Teaching them some karmic lessons, spiritual lessons, universal lessons. But it's given August, turn the heat up. It's like you turn the heat up on your higher knowledge, but it's the energy. It's learning to understand yourself, learning to understand your energy. It's learning how to decipher it, to use your internal lie detector, your internal compass. It's all in you. If you know how to decipher it, if you know how to listen to it, you have to know thyself. Know what energy is yours, know what's not, know what thoughts are yours, know what's not. Knowing what's yours and what's not. It's the betrayal. Touch not my anointed. Do my prophets no harm. Thinking that they could take your position, your spiritual position. Thinking that they could take your contracts. They wish. They wish.
What if the darkness inside of me's finally taking my soul? What if the angels in heaven were sent to take me home? Would they fight through the demons that I have in my life? Lord, I'm believing eventually see the light. I won't wake up. I'm living in a dream right now.
Eventually making them see the light. Well, no, it's you as well. It's you as well. It's, you know, you finally wake up. You finally stop lying to yourself. You finally, just because you're able to see the better versions of other people, doesn't mean that's the choices that they make, not in this timeline. You know, you got to stop taking on, you know, it's understanding, learning to stop taking on other people's karma. You know, it's the lessons that we learn over time, all in divine time. But it's also, you know, the lessons we learned that they have to find out the hard way. Sometimes you have to sit back on the sideline and just watch. Because if you don't, you're accepting part of their karma. It doesn't make it fun. It doesn't make it easy. But you can't force someone to do something. Sometimes you have to step back and just let the Most High handle it. That's no intervening. Sometimes you're going to be warned not to ask for mercy because it's going to hurt you. If you're an empath, you're not going to want to see it. You're not going to want to see it. And you might get a warning from the Most High saying, don't bother asking for mercy for him because they're not going to get it. It's falling right in your lap. It's your spirit team, the court system. It's like they've taken the time to stack all evidence up, and then they come over and they just, here you go. It's been going on for a long time, and but it takes judgment being called. It takes standing in your power. But they're still trying to copy you. They're watching you. They're watching you to try to copy you. But they can't. They can't copy your essence. They can't get it down. They're missing a crucial part. They didn't do this, and they don't have your essence, and so it's never going to be the same. It could never be the same. It's always going to be a cheap imitation, Temu. And it's like they're understanding that. And it's triggering that they won't be able to. They won't be able to. Oh man, take it all away, shove it in my face. The humiliation, it's given Uno reverse. Take it away. All the attention. Take it all away. Oh man, attention-seeking whores. They wanted attention for taking you down, for being the one to take you down, and then they failed. And so now they're getting a whole lot of attention, but not the attention that they wanted. So now, can you just take it away? It's like, take the spotlight off of me. First they were begging for it, pleading for it. Just give it to me. Just I got this. Watch. Oh man. Then the spotlight got on them. It's funny how the Most High can do that without changing anything. Most High can change the whole situation without changing anything. Take it all away. Take it all away. You know, taking it all away. You know, you were the one sent to this bloodline. You were the warrior that came to set the bloodline free. You know, it was a test too. It's a test of the relatives to see what they'll choose to do this lifetime. You know, it was a test to see if they would make different choices. You know, secret accounts, what it's given is it's the Most High placing you intentionally. One, you agreed upon it for your soul's growth, because you're a warrior and you can handle whatever is fucking sent to you. But you know, you're a warrior of the light. You're battle-born. You know, you didn't even see every hand that attacked you, every hand that threw a stone. But you didn't need to. All you need to know is you were strong enough to take every single fucking one. But while you were doing that, your spirit team was sitting here collecting data, taking notes. Taking notes. You know, every rock that threw a hand. Or every rock that threw a hand. It's like they're throwing at each other's hands out into the open. They're exposing each other, as if it's going to remove any of the humiliation from themselves. As if it's going to remove it. This card flew all the way over there, the farthest away. They're trying to remove their hand from the farthest away. So maybe they won't see it. Let me just place all these other people in front, and the Most High's not going to find out. You know, Most High hears. It's the spiritual court. You know, literally court is in session. You know, you bring up the accusations, and both sides. You know, both sides bring up their evidence. Nothing goes unnoticed. Nothing. No one goes unaccountable. That's for somebody. Because eventually, it all falls down.
Until the day I die. Until the day I die. Eye for an eye. Tooth for a tooth. Blood for blood. We've all gotta die. We've all gotta die.
How you guys doing? You're welcome. What's up, baby doll? What's up, soul? Stargazing, is it a clear night? Oh, you want to hear something interesting? So, you know, since the government shut down, which means all government programs, right? All government programs shut down, right? And completely unrelated news, has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm about to say next. Has anyone noticed how clear the sky has been? Clear. It's like a whole new world. It's like, wow, almost forgot what that looked like. Completely unrelated to the government shutdown, because our government loves us and they care about us, and they would never do anything to alter or harm anything that affects us every day. Never. They love us. Yeah, completely unrelated. But I hope you enjoy the view.
Until the day I die. Until the day I die. Until the day I die. Until the day I die.
Hey, thank you guys. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Oh, do a Christ conscious reading. Sitting here locked inside our head, remembering everything we ever said. This is the last message that came out. Faith over fear. Remembering the last things ever said. You know, faith over fear. Mind trap and doubt. You know, it's the mind traps that, well, it's the fear we give into. You know, it's the mind traps, though. It's the thoughts of fear that we let manifest, that we don't guard our thoughts and we let that manifest, because that's not our thought. Our thoughts, our higher thoughts, always tell us that we have exactly what we need. We're that person. You know, it's either you're that guy, you're that girl, and you have exactly what you need. That's what your higher self would tell you if you're listening to it. Listen to your lower self, it's going to tell you you don't have enough. It's going to tell you you're not worthy. It's going to tell you you're not ready. It's going to tell you, what's the point of even trying? And it's like, man, you see how much work, you see what you need to do? It's like, come on, you really think you're ready for that? You sure? You know, you have each wolf. Which one survives? It's the one that you feed. Sometimes, you know, we always feed one more than the other. You know, whichever one we feed survives. Which one are we feeding the most? What are we constantly thinking about? What are we constantly taking actions towards? Because that's what's what's gonna win. You know, it's like a tug of war. It's like a tug of war in your mind, and it's the fear, it's the confidence, it's the, you know, you find the confidence, but I'm still in fucking fear, but I'm still confident, but I'm still fearful, but it's a tug of fucking war. Fucking ringing in my ears as I'm saying that. It's a tug of war. It's a tug of war in the heart, your soul. It's gonna be so wrong, but feel so right. You're gonna feel so lost, but so aligned at the same time. Sometimes it's gonna feel tunneled vision into the unknown. It's gonna feel like you're tunneled vision into a black hole. But you were led there. You know, the black hole opening up, the pouring out. The pouring out, releasing what's no longer ours. As we're going up to that black hole, and we're removing it, we're taking it out, we're purging through it. I don't want this anymore. We're gonna drop that in there, then we're gonna close this black hole up after. And we're going to seal up our heart with the golden plate of the Most High. Patch every hole. It's going to be stronger. It's going to be more value. Interesting. The chalice. The chalice. You know, it's the ways that our heart, we can learn to fill our heart so much it overflows. And it overflows into all that are around. All you got to do is hold your cup up. You know, but that's the effect we can have on people. Sometimes we don't even know there are the hands that are out there catching it. The ones that are out there learning from our taking notes because we're a good example. You never know. So what are we pouring out? What are we pouring out into others? What are we pouring out into ourselves? The words that we speak. Are we speaking life into others? Is because they're going to catch it. Are we speaking life into them for them to catch it? Or are we speaking death? They're going to catch either one. But it's the choices we make. It's the choices we make to open up to ourselves, to others. You know, but it's not filled to the brim, but it's still pouring out. It's still, even though it's not filled to the brim, it still can't contain it. You can't be contained, you know. And then it's like, you know, when you're constantly, you know, when you're able to find that calm in the storm, and you're just, you know, especially when people, how they have seen you before, you know, when you're really going through it, right? And then you go in your cocoon, and you heal, and you pop back out, and it's just like unrecognizable. But then it's like you're not the same person. You don't feel like the same person. You don't look like the same person. You can't even pretend to be like the same person because I don't even remember what that fucking person was. I don't remember what he did. I don't know what we'd say. Or maybe sometimes I do, and it's like, oh yeah, I prefer to forget about that. It's like, you know, but you know what it is too, though? It's the way that the Most High works through us. It's the way that the Most High works through us to fill other people's cups. You know, we don't always know why we're being led to go to certain places and do certain things. You know, sometimes it's for us, but it's selfish to think it's always for us. Sometimes it's for other people. Sometimes it's for the Most High to flow through us and to fill someone else's cup. Sometimes we're the only person around. And if you don't answer the motherfucking call, who will? You know, but we don't we fall into their own mental traps, you know, and we self-sabotage ourselves, and then, but also, you know, we tell ourselves it's, you know, it's for us, but it's not always for you. It's not always for us. But we're not meant to understand. It's you know, the trap too is when you try to hold on to the knowing. Oh well, if I don't get the whole itinerary, I'm not going. Yeah, but that's hold on to the need to know. It's holding on to the need to know of the how. It's, I don't know. I don't need the whole itinerary. What do I know? What are you telling me? Oh, I'm going to have fun. It's going to be challenging, but overall, at the end of the day, I'm going to make it through it. Okay, and I'm going to be rewarded. All right, let's go. Yeah, then when you get to some of the itineraries and when you get to some of the things that, it's like, I didn't sign up for this, but you did. But you did. And you have to go, at this point, you got to go through it. So how are you going to go through it, though? It's not always going to be with a smile on your face, although that is what I'm supposed to tell you, right? But, you know, you put a smile on your face because thank you for that. Thank you, I learned that lesson, because now I'm reflecting and I learned it and I don't want to do it again. And I hold on to the knowing I don't have to do it again. For that, I put a smile on my face that thank you. And I hold on to the knowing, not the belief, the knowing, because I fucking don't want to do that again. You know, but the self-doubt too, it's manifested in negative. It's automatically prejudging people. It's recognizing patterns, which we're supposed to be able to do. But we're not supposed to label people automatically and assume just because we recognize some of the same patterns that they're going to do the same, they're going to make the same choices, they're going to treat us the same way, and it's going to have the same outcome. You know, we become aware of it and we pay attention to it, and we look for any more, you know, red flags or cues, right? But we don't necessarily hold the belief of everything's working against me. We hold on to the belief that everything's working for us, which it always is. It's either a lesson or it's a blessing. But either way, it's for your benefit. But I always prefer to think of it going into it, thinking of it as a blessing. I prefer to think of it that way until it's blatantly obvious that it's a lesson. It's not a blessing, it's a lesson. But for that I give thanks. For that I give thanks. Yeah. The Most High always has you. The Most High always has you. You know, but nobody wants to see us together. It's like nobody wants to see the best for you than the Most High. Then your higher self. Then your spirit team. They want nothing but the best for you. And sometimes it's the tough love, it's the tough lessons, because you're being stubborn, you're refusing to let go of things, whatever it may be. But it's all out of love. Tough love, but love is love, right? Love is love. Sometimes you gotta be the tough love for yourself. You gotta check your motherfucking self. Sometimes.
I'ma have you first, always in my heart to keep you satisfied. But nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no. 'Cause I got you. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no. 'Cause we gon' fight, oh yes we gon' fight. Believe we gon' fight. Fight for our right to love, yeah. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no. 'Cause I got every right to wanna leave. I got every right to
What'd you say?
go. I got every right to hit the road and never talk to me no more. You don't even have to call, even check for me at all. Because the way I've been acting lately has been off the wall, especially towards you. Putting girls before you, and they watching everything I've been doing just to hurt you. Most of it just ain't true, and they won't show you how much of a queen you are to me and why I love you, baby. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no. 'Cause I got you. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no. 'Cause we gon' fight, oh yes we gon' fight. We gon' fight, we gon' fight. We gon' fight for
So I can't ignore that. Nobody wants to see us together, but it's connected with your higher self. It's just the union of yourself. No one wants to see us together. It's when people see you finding balance and harmony, especially when they're the ones that have been trying to cause chaos and strife in your life. Oh, nothing's gonna piss them off more than you finding balance and harmony with yourself. But that's from the understanding of you don't have the control over me. I don't care how much of this bullshit you're bringing to me. I have control over if it affects me or not. Yeah, I gotta deal with your dumb ass sometimes, but you know what? I don't have to deal with it longer than I choose to, or I have to. But a lot of it's choosing.
Something's got a hold on me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in, and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, out of my mind. How many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know how you control when you're not next to me? I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. Problematic. Problem is I want your body like a fiend, like a bad habit. Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. Yeah, I know I could do it on my own, but I want that real.
Bad habits. Bad habits. It's leaving people in the past, that don't want to see better for themselves. We meet people where we're at, when we're alcoholics, when we're drug users, when we're this, when we're that, no matter what it is, we're around those type of people because that's what we're aligned with, right? But then we change our mentality. We change our mentality because we look at our actions and we look at where we're at, and it's like, well, this doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me. It robs me. It's robbing me. It's robbing me of a better life, a happier life, and it's the understanding of that when we're able to see that. When we're able to see the things that no longer serves us, and a lot of it, well, it's the mentality, it's the programming, but that's also. It's also, it's mental. It's mental. It's what it is. Your mind's a battlefield. And you can either be its commander or you can be its soldier. And you have to be a commander of your mind because no matter how much you truly want it, if you're not a commander of your mind and you're not changing your programming, you're going to resort back to it. But that's why changing your programming, what does that look like? It's no longer going around the same type of people. It's no longer making the choices and decisions that I used to, that would have put me there. It's completely changing it. Because it's the understanding, it doesn't matter how good of self-control you can have. It doesn't matter how much willpower, how long it's been. It doesn't matter. Given the right circumstances, well, the wrong, but given the right whatever, it's always a possibility. It's always a possibility. So why even put yourself in that situation when you can just completely remove that as a possibility? That's what I choose to do. As soon as I'm aware of a situation like that, it's like I don't want to be anywhere near this. Too many. So many youth gone astray. So many youth gone astray. Well, what I'm getting with that is like lack of teachers, lack of proper teaching, but it's the false programming that we've been taught, that's been passed down upon us, that's been imprinted into us, embedded against our will. Look, against our will. Look at that. The devil opening up a portal. Against our will. Against our will, we've been blinded from our North Star. Against our will, we've been disconnected from the Most High. Against our will. Against our will. The irony of of the ways that people are taught things, right? If only you knew. If only you knew what you've really been taught. If only you knew. It's the ways that we've been betrayed. By those that were supposed to guide us. By those that were supposed to lead us. But it doesn't matter how far we've been misled. It doesn't matter how far we've been misled. As long as we're always going inward, as long as we're always looking through our first eye, we're always going to find the North Star. But it's the North Star, it's the way out. It's the way out of the mental prison. The way out is in. The way out is in. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work. But the hard work is beneficial. And not just to us, to those around us. To everyone that comes in contact with us. Strangers. But it's the way that we can teach everyone, we can show everyone how to follow their internal guidance. It's your internal GPS. It's your internal guidance. It's your internal guidance to the Wheel of Fortune. It's the understanding that we're co-creators. It's the understanding that in one way, shape, or form, we created whatever situation we're in. And we're also choosing to stay in ones that we prefer not to be in. It's a choice, because everything's a choice. But it's the realization of the choices that we have. It's a lack of. There's a lack of. But each one teach one. One hand washes another, both hands wash the face. We're waking back up, and so we're going to be able to pass down better information and knowledge to the next generations, because I'll be damned if I let the last ones mess up where, I don't like to say it like that, everything happened as it needs to, but everything is happening now as well as needs to. We're exactly where we need to be, doing exactly what we need to do, and that's why we show up every day and we continue on. Continue striving, working on a better version of us. Because in return, the better version of us, the death. The better versions, but it's, No, it's the hard losses. It's the things that, used to bring us a lot of pleasure, a lot of joy. But now it's, even when you know how much something is not really good for you or doesn't benefit or serve you, it doesn't make it easier to remove it. Especially when you're the one that has to do it. When you're the one that has to do it, it's our battles that only we can fight. That only we can fight. The battles that only we can fight. But it's not just us, it's everyone else too. And the battles, it's the people that are in our ears that don't have the best interests for us. That's why it's really important to guard the company that we keep. Because then it makes it easier to guard the thoughts in your head that are yours and the ones that aren't. Because if you're surrounding yourself with the proper people, that's less bullshit you have to worry about ciphering through in your mind. You know what's interesting? Speaking of meanings of things, right? And what's interesting is what witch used to be? It used to be a term used to describe someone. What was it? Wisdom. Someone that had a lot of knowledge. Because what do witches do? They were herbalists. You know what I mean? They knew of the the healings of the earth. Those are the things they talked about. You know what I mean? It's and it's not even like at the times people didn't really understand what was happening. It was a threat. Even back then, it was a threat. Because it made it harder to control people. When people know who they are, when they know the strength that they have, and it makes it a lot harder to control people. It's a lot easier to control people when they don't even know who they are. It's a lot easier to fool them and make them think that they are whatever value they put on themselves. And a lot of times we're, self-taught to put a lot less value on ourselves than we actually hold. We're not able to see our worth. Not able to see our worth. It's really interesting on this world card. It's really interesting. I don't know if you can see, but it's like all the stages of life. You know what I mean? You get the baby, you get the young child, you got the man, then the old man. Then look at down below, watching all stages. What is that? Your higher self? Your higher self watching it all play out. Well, time is irrelevant, right? So it's all happening at the same time. Interesting. 10, completion. But it's also too is like the stages that we can go through all those stages and without ever aging, in the sense of it's the lessons. You know what I mean? You can seem to grow a lot in age. Well, how am I saying that? It's more of a, sometimes we can pack in a lot of lessons into a shorter period of time. Sometimes we sign up to pack in a lot of fucking lessons in a short period of time. But it's because it's been things that we've been honing on and working on lifetime after lifetime for a while. And we've gotten really good at it. And so we know it's not going to be fun, but we can handle it. We signed up to handle it.
Shot them all for 4 grams of pasta. Oh, this paper run without master. Oh, them run with them pussy blaster. This the wrong man I do best starter. Shot in the face will bring a disaster. Summer's come around and I'm blowing up. My money's going down, my bills is growing up. I seem to care less now, but showing up. And I don't do hair on cause I don't like throwing up. Man, I'm the peanut butter with the jelly. Best thing since burnt toast and R. Kelly. Sometimes I may forget crook, go out Shelly. Now shake your belly like you come from the belly. You want to bend the grass like Teddy? With a broke fool that don't drive a Chevy. Please, y'all know that you ain't heavy. And the props come from and how you cook spaghetti. Bring it, boiled potatoes with some fit and heady. Listen, lady, I know you ain't that heavy. That style you rock is kinda old and Chevy. And smells funky like a New York Chevy. Johnny, I want man, I need my walker. And now watch me up this night, I stop her. Lock the place, knock questions after. Shot them all for 4 grams of pasta. Oh, this here for run without master. Oh, them run get them pussy blaster. This the wrong man, I do best starter. I'm so bad, I'm murderer. I'm coming from this land that we christen Atlantis. I'm dropping greens like when Danny was with the Celtics. I'm up with, and you down with it. But to go one till I'm finished. Yeah, people see me sticking like I'm up in the shade. Like I got no deals and I got it made. It's alright, cause I never fade. Might slip twice only, but I was born brave. Clubs love my music, they be playing me loud. People see me in the club without drugs allowed. I'm not proud as a peacock, but I sold my cock so I can move in the crowd. Haters call me names with insulting tones, but my beats keep on moving till they shake their bones. It's all good, I don't watch no hate. Yeah, come on, eat this love off the plate. But I'm gonna Johnny, I want man, I need my walker. And now watch me up this night, I stop her. Lock the place, ask questions after. Shot them all for 4 grams of pasta. Oh, this paper run without master. Oh, them run with them pussy blaster. This the wrong man, I do best starter. Shot in the face will bring a disaster.
Now this is the original killing song. Brother Culture, Chesedek, Anthony B, 3D Hardware. How do them start? Fire! Kill them!
Champion, champion, my sound a champion. Not really afraid and a jump on. With them on my class.
The champion. You know, it's the Most High's been looking. The Most High's been looking for a champion like you. The world has been looking for a champion like you. Oh, interesting, I said that too. The world has been looking for a champion like you. You know, your bloodline's been looking for a champion like you. A warrior. An emperor. A gracious ruler. You know, it's someone that knows to show empathy at the proper time, mercy at the proper time, but also not afraid to pick up a sword and show them how it's done. But it doesn't have to. Put in my work. You know, now it's sit back and manifest. It's the understanding that the more aligned you are, you don't have to work that hard. Things happen for you. It's because nothing happens to you. It happens for you. You know, it's what happens for you. You know, but it took a lot of work. It took a lot of work to get there. It took a lot of work to get to that position. A lot of hard work. A lot of emotions. A lot of mental. A lot of fire, a lot of passion. You know, it's that internal, when that internal flame gets relit, sometimes all it needs is a little spark. Sometimes it just needs the awareness being brought to it. Awareness brought to it. Awareness, public recognition. Fast public recognition. As people are able to see how you just charge right in. How you're able to pinpoint the threat, the programming, the mindsets, the habits, whatever it is. You locate it. You locate the threat. And once you locate the threat, it's let's go. You're not even waiting for the team, for the whole squad to form up. It's like, no, let's go. Located. That's all I need to know. You don't even have it pinpointed. I'll just know it's in that general area. I'll find it when I get there. I know where to look now. Knowing where to look. Knowing where to look. When we start looking in the proper places. When we know where to look, it gives us so many options. Well, because if we don't know where to look, we don't know what to address. But once we know the where, the what, kind of, now it's like, okay, there's so many different ways we can do it. How do we want to choose to do it? You know, it has to get done. You know, that's the you know, the contract. It has to be done. But the how are we going to choose to do it? So many different ways we can choose to. So many different ways lead to so many different outcomes. Some are easier for us. Some take longer. Some take shorter. There's so many different combinations. But it's with every thought too, though. Because every thought has the possibility of shifting you to a different timeline. With every single thought. There's so many different opportunities for every single one. So many different opportunities for every single one. You know, the opportunities below the surface. You know, it's the battles we fight at the surface. That are visible on the surface level. But they're not always, that's not the, people don't see what's really below the surface though. A lot of times we don't even know what's below the surface. You know, because of what? Fear. You know, we tell ourselves, no, I'm only supposed to be on land. I'm not supposed to go in the water at all. Little do we know we're a whole ass fucking, I'm a merman, Dad. A merman. I think I'm coming down with black lungs, Pop. What movie was that? What movie was that? Derek Zoolander. Zoolander. That was a funny fucking movie. Funny movie, but what does he do? He's an actor. He's a pretender. He pretends. He goes into the mind pretending, right? When you're doing the shadow work, you can't pretend. You know, he was just doing surface level work. I'm just here for the photo shoot. I got my little, you know, he had his little respirator, and I'm just down here for the photo shoot. Working so hard, Dad. You know what I mean? It was the mockery, but it's his dad's a real worker. You know, his son's sitting there joking about the black lungs that he's gonna get from the 2 seconds of the photo shoot. Well, this guy works in that shit. You know, working it. You got to get up in there. You know, you can't just be on the surface. You know, we're never going to find the diamonds if we don't get rid of the coal that's surrounding it sometimes. You know, but taking the swords away, taking the power away, It's taking the power away from the things of the past from hurting us anymore. But that's it's locating the problem, addressing the problem, and changing the programming, changing our surroundings, changing the things that allow it to even possibly come back, to allow it to resurface. To let it resurface, you know, and you know all the hard time we spent looking for it, you know, looking for the sun, you know. But then it's also, you know, look at the sun, and then it's like you're fighting to keep it down. It's like no, that's the false program. That's the Matrix trying to bring it back. It's like nope. You know what is good too? What's that game at the fair where you pop with that little hammer? It's like, but it's the horse hooves, and those fucking hurt, and those crush, and it's like, you know, the past gets afraid to even peek its head to look for you because it's like it's not a light little tap on the head. It's gonna crash your fucking skull. It'll give you a good skull fucking. That's how you gotta treat the past sometimes. It's gotta treat addictions. That's how you have to treat addictions. You can't be hitting that shit with a fucking feather. Nah, you give that shit the proper skull fucking it needs. You don't come back. Don't come back. So once you get pull yourself out of there, it's like, no. Why would I do that to myself? Why would I do that to myself? That's like kicking your own cup over. It ain't fucking worth it. It ain't worth it.
Interrogation, I'm dumb in the head like an education. That's enough. Wait a minute, I'm finished. I'm done with it. Yo, Swan, sing it.
I'm feeling so groovy now. Fucking man's full of fucking whole head. I'm feeling so
Let's run
groovy
it like
now.
this. The definition of a rap flow. I'ma reinvent it like
I'm
this.
feeling so groovy now. Fucking man's full of fucking whole head. I'm feeling so
Let's run
groovy
it like
now.
this. The definition of a rap flow. I'ma reinvent it like this.
My house is the Albert Square Mall. 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 Your shopping. My house is the Albert Square Mall. That's all your shopping.
You're welcome.
Your shopping. Your shopping. I think you're shopping. That's all your shopping.
You know, let's all go shopping, but it's the opportunities. Well, it's the opportunities to make better choices with everything that we shop for, with everything that we live in a consumer world, right? But we need to detach more from the consumer world in the sense of not consuming just to consume, but being more conscious of what we are consuming. The harmful nature, the benefits. You know, very little things have hidden benefits. They all have the opposite, which doesn't serve us. But hey, ignorance is bliss, and you know the enemy's job is to put it in our face and tell us, you know, don't look here. It's your job to look there.
Down bad, got me feeling so sad, so sad. She got me down bad. Bitch got me down bad. And that's the type of child support when we ain't even got a kid. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Working 80 plus a week, and she said she want half a bit. Makes no fucking sense. She didn't even cook or clean.
What time is it? 10:30?
She was living rent free. Oh yeah, I can tell that you done this before. Fuck you, good riddance. Heck shit. Do I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap that one up right there. But I'm gonna go live again tomorrow. So thanks for tapping in. Thanks for all your likes, your shares, your comments. Thanks for all your gifts. And until next time.